Welcome to the Arbortext Monster Garage. With Arbortext in your tool chest, you can do anything. My name is Liz Fraley, and I'll be your moderator today. This morning, we are thrilled to have a special guest shop coach, Duan Gauche from ProductOne. Duan comes to us from the CAD world, and as a result, he's building applications that are right on the edge. Today, Duan will show us one of the applications he's built. It opens a Creo Illustrate file and then automatically inserts the part list from the selected figure into your editor session at the current position of the cursor. Exciting stuff. Ready or not, I'm going to turn the presentation over to today's shop coach, Duan Gauche. Duan, it's all yours.
Thank you very much, Janice. Duan Gauche from ProductOne. Just a quick overview of what we do and where we come from. We've been working with PTC for quite some time now. If we can have a look at the next slide. ProductOne has quite a long history of working with PTC, and we're the sole distributors in the sub-Saharan African region. So that means we get exposed to all sorts of funny and interesting challenges out there. And if we can move to the next slide.
Okay.
We're pretty much spread across Southern Africa or South Africa, and we've got offices all around, about 30 employees certified in all the Windchill products and Arbortext as well. And we've got about 400 customers, of which the majority are CAD customers, as Janice mentioned. Next slide, please.
There you are.
And there we are, in the middle of, well, in the northern part of Southern Africa or South Africa. And I think if we go to the next slide, we can actually jump into the content itself. There's some contact details there. So why Creo Illustrate needed some Band-Aid? As I'm sure you all know, PTC's got this awesome new product called Creo Illustrate, and it brings a lot of information from the CAD side of things into the illustrations for us. So at this stage, I think it's still a work in progress, and there's a lot of information which is now stored in the Creo Illustrate files, but it's currently not available for us to do anything with. So you're able to create your entire parts list using Creo Illustrate. But at this stage, you're unable to do anything with that parts list once you've created it. So if you want to include that in your downstream publication, at this stage, there's not a lot of options that you have other than actually retyping that into your Arbortext session. So in South Africa, we've got a saying which is a boer maak 'n plan, which directly translates into a farmer makes a plan. So what that means is we South Africans tend to do what we're good at. We improvise and we make some sort of a plan. So one of our big customers said, you know, this really doesn't work for us the way it currently is, and we need you guys to come and offer some sort of solution. So that's exactly what we did. And we sent them some idea of what we believe this little piece of Band-Aid should do for Creo Illustrate. So as you can see, your Creo Illustrate has got all your illustration information there. Bottom part of the screen has your items, your various different parts, and your bill of materials pulled directly into your Creo Illustrate. And
you want me to move to the next one?
And the next slide, yeah.
There we go.
We've got our Arbortext Editor, where we're using that Illustrate file. In this case, it's actually an IsoDraw file. Illustrate allows you to save out an IsoDraw file. And PTC is obviously building this entire SIS solution, but at this stage we needed to have a solution for the customer. So if we move on. What we did is we put together a little mock-up of how this application should work, essentially allowing the user to open a Creo Illustrate file directly, the native Illustrate file, having a look at what is stored in that file, the various different figures, and then seeing a quick thumbnail of what the figure they're looking at, and then eventually the idea was that you should be able to copy that parts list from your Illustrate file and paste it directly into your Arbortext Editor. So the customer thought this was quite a good idea and very happy with that, and we moved on and start working on that as a quick fix. So this is what it then looks like in your Arbortext Editor table, just quickly created. Now normally you would have to go and insert a table manually and then retype all your part information. So there's quite a significant time saving that they're able to achieve, especially if you're looking at a couple of hundred parts being in assembly.
Very cool.
So let's see how it works. We've got a bit of a video recording that we're going to try and run through quickly.
Here we go.
So we started with Creo and the Creo process, where you've got your various illustrations on your left-hand side with your figures. And as you can see on the right-hand side, you do have your illustration itself and what it looks like. And you've also got your parts list at the bottom of that. You're then able to output your ISODraw file from here and open that and place it inside your Arbortext Editor. The Creo Illustrate file actually stores quite a lot of information in it, and it's all stored in XML, which is why we're able to extract it from the actual native Creo Illustrate file. So we've got in our Arbortext Editor. Typically, as I said, you would start by inserting a table manually, and that is quite a process, especially if you've got quite a few different parts that you need to insert in there manually. And as you can imagine, it's quite a job to maintain if there were any changes in this process. So although this is not a fully parametric solution as such, you still have to go and reinsert your table if there had been any changes. It's going to be a fair bit quicker than actually having to do that manually, and you're also going to avoid errors or typos slipping in doing it manually. Okay, so that's what it looks like, automatically inserting that table in there in your Arbortext Editor.
Very cool. So it looks like that is a little bit of ACL. Come back to here. Everybody can, it was really nice. You guys are offering free copies to people who attend. It looks like it's code on both the Creo side and the Arbortext side.
Yes, what we ended up doing is at first we just thought, a copy and paste, generate the XML table in the little app, and then copy that into the clipboard and paste it into Arbortext. That was the first idea we had, and then given that some thought, and we believe there must be a better way. And as you quite rightly point out, we used some ACL, and Arbortext has actually got some very nice documentation from a customization perspective, and allowed us to jump directly into ACL from the application itself. So we were able to create a DDE link with Arbortext Editor from this little Band-Aid application, and essentially what it does is it calls ACL and just chucks the table in there from the application. You can, however, it also copies it to clipboard, so if you wanted to, you could actually go and paste that in XML by just pressing Control V or going Edit Paste, and it inserts it there for you. So you still have that option there.
Very cool.
And as you mentioned, we're giving this away for free. Anyone who's interested in having a copy of that, just pop me an email. My email address was on screen a second ago.
There it is.
So Janice will have that there. So pop me an email. We're very happy to let you have a copy of the application, and I'll try and keep everyone updated as we make small amendments and fixes for it if any fixes are required. We're not releasing it in any commercial way, so it is free to use as is. I can't give you any guarantees, but our customers are very happy that it addresses their problems.
Absolutely. Sounds like it. How long did it take you to put this together?
I must be honest, it's been quite a while since I really coded with any sort of anger, and I had to relearn a few things about the application I used to code in, So even including that, it took me about 2 days to kind of get everything sorted out and working fairly stable.
Wow, that's not bad at all. And how are
A couple of hundred lines of code.
Yeah, the customers are enjoying this? Easy to distribute?
Easy to distribute, single exe file. There's a very little setup required, and it runs on tested and running on Windows 7 in both 32-bit and 64-bit versions. We do have both versions available, and specifically 64-bit versions for the larger files. Our customers typically work with files between about 200 and 350 megabytes. So we've had to make provision for that as well.
Wow, that's excellent. And it looks like you can choose multiple things from inside the Illustrate model.
Yeah, your Illustrate model obviously stores your various different illustrations, actually figures, sorry. And from those figures, you can pick your figure, and it will actually take the associated parts list and bring that through. The current version of the little Band-Aid application has got 2 different table models that we've got in there, and this was purely because our customer required this. So you've got one which adds an additional description column that you can bring in there. The one on the screen that you've got there shows the 3 columns, so item, description, and quantity. Subsequently, we've added another 2 to that, which allows you to add a bit of comments and things like that. So obviously open to any sort of suggestions that you would like to see in the application. When we've got some spare time, we can throw that in there and see if it works. I must say I do believe PTC will bring some really cool functionality to the whole mix with Creo Illustrate and the Windchill SIS solutions. So this is really just that little temporary fix to get everyone working and productive.
Absolutely. And it looks like you based this in DocBook?
This was just done in DocBook. It's essentially it's a straightforward shelf table. Okay. So yeah.
And is that defined on the Creo side, or is that defined in your ACL when you construct the table?
I actually construct the table in the application itself, and just push that through as raw XML into Arbortext from my side of the application.
Ah, okay.
So we build the application in the little Band-Aid. We build a table in the Band-Aid application and push through the XML into Arbortext Editor.
Cool. So that should be fairly easy to adapt to Dida even, because it's just a different structure. Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if we have any questions. I'm not seeing any. While folks type their questions in, I will take the opportunity, this as the last Monster Garage for 2011, to remind everyone of all the resources available to Arbortext users. It's been a really good year for Monster Garage, and we're planning next year's. So keep an eye out for it in the weeks to come. We had a good time putting it together, and I hope everybody enjoyed the videos that we did. Let's see. I don't see any questions. Duan, you did a really good idea. Yeah, it's an amazing little application. You're doing stuff that most of us who are, I'm going to put the blog post up here on screen so folks can see somewhere they can read more about it also. Let's open the URL a little bit up. So if you don't have it, members, you can certainly send an email to Duan and he will send you the URL directly. But you're doing stuff on the edge that most of us who are in publishing don't necessarily think of, because we're not always working with manufacturing. It's really exciting to see what you've done.
Thank you very much. And you as single sourcing, you're also obviously helping the entire community. And I would like to thank you for all the input you've given. And we've certainly learned quite a bit from these webcasts and the information you make available. And it's really just great to be part of the Arbortext community. And we help wherever we can. So if anyone needs any information around how we did what we did, or you'd like to incorporate that in one of your own applications, feel free to drop me a mail, and we will help where we can.
Thanks. That's great. It's been really fun getting to know you and have you in here. And I love that you said, I can't help you with aspirin, but I can give you a Band-Aid. That's really cute. It's really good. All right, so let's see if we have any questions came in while we're chattering, and I don't see any. So we will end a little bit early, but that's what the garage is all about. Come in, learn something new, and be able to get on with your day. Thank you, Duan, so much for sharing this with us. It's you're always doing those cool things, and I look forward to seeing more next year.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thanks, everyone, and we'll see you next time.